And welcome to KMTV. I'm Josie Hannett. Your top stories tonight. Man jailed for stabbing Good Samaritan. Nervous students pick up their results. And two-wheel fever hits Kent. But first this evening, it's been revealed that the 5 men pulled dead from the sea at Camber Sands were on a day trip from London. The group were in their late teens and early 20s. Though the 5th person hasn't been named, the remaining victims were Nithazan Ravi, Ken Nathan, Kobe Nathan and Kuru Anna. I went to the scene earlier today. This is the moment hundreds of onlookers sprung into action yesterday to help 3 men found in the sea at Camber Sands. 3 men were pulled from the water, given CPR, and unfortunately they died at the scene. Later that evening, a further 2 bodies were pulled from the water. Police say they were in their late teens and early 20s and were at the beach on a day trip down from London.
So we've come down to this beach since I was a child, and I'm aware that when you arrive the sea can be really far out, but throughout the course of the day it comes in very quickly until the tide's right in. And that was the thing that I thought about yesterday when I was reflecting on what I'd heard, is that so many people were here yesterday and it seemed like they come from all different areas. I thought they probably weren't aware of how fast that tide can come in and how dangerous it can be.
Now this tragedy yesterday comes exactly a month after a Brazilian tourist was found dead in the sea on the same stretch of beach. This is Josie Hannett in Camber for KMTV. A Deal man's been locked up for 20 years after stabbing a Good Samaritan. In August 2015, a man in his 40s called up to the window of a property in Walmer after hearing Ryan Bailey assaulting someone. Bailey appeared out the window and threatened to stab the man if he tried to enter the flat. He then left the flat and approached the man, stabbing him several times. He was found guilty of 1 charge of grievous bodily harm and a further count of assault by beating. Nervous teenagers across Kent found out their GCSE results today. This year's grades have shown the biggest ever year-on-year decline nationally. The number of A-star to C grades have gone down by 3%, and this has been blamed on more pupils having to resit English and maths. Our reporters have been out and about across the county to see how Kent students have been getting on.
All A's and A-stars. Yeah. Yeah.
I've got an A-star, 2 A's and 4 B's.
You happy?
As much as I can be, yeah. I was hoping for a few more A's rather than B's, but what I've got now is good enough for me.
You both seem pretty happy. Yeah. Were you expecting this set of results?
Well, yeah, I was in maths and science subjects, although in geography I wasn't expecting results. I thought I would get a much lower result.
I'm exceptionally proud of them. They worked so hard this year. It's been a really, really long year for them. Lots of changes, lots of challenges, but they've worked really extremely hard.
And finally, Team GB's dominance with the bike at the Rio Olympic seems to be getting more people in Kent into cycling. Our cyclists had a brilliant Olympics, winning 12 medals in both track and road events. And now budding pedlars across the county are dusting off their saddles. We spoke to a cycling shop owner in Sheppey who's seen more people than ever require his services.
It started a good few years ago when we had BMXers. There was BMXing in the Olympics, and that picked up like the first bit, but now we've been doing really well with our sort of track and racing teams. It's been great for trade because it just makes people want to ride bikes. Sales actually, I wouldn't say have increased or decreased at all, but it's repairs. People watch our team do really, really well, winning medals and all sorts, and oh, I can do that. And they get their bikes out of the shed, and the bikes can't do what the bikes in the Olympics can do, but they bring them in, and people are getting into cycling with the weather being as good as it is. We've got a lovely ride along the beach, along the canal and everything, people getting out and about.
Well, that's it from us this evening. We'll be back again tomorrow with the latest stories from across Kent. In the meantime, don't forget you can keep up to date by listening to KMFM or logging on to kentonline.co.uk. Have a great evening and we'll see you tomorrow. Good night.